Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you hear it. This is a special message for Mrs. Kocinska, and it's a form of upgrading my final English grade. Because of that, I have my special shirt and my hairstyle. I was kidding, of course. Uh, I choose suicide bomb attack in Moscow airport to refer, and I will give some details and background connected with that. Um, let's start from beginning. Uh, events events that happened 3 days ago. Terrorist suicide bomb attack is another confirmation of Christopher Little's word. He's a prominent expert in issues connected with terrorism. He said that no country is safe facing nowadays terrorism. As many other processes, terrorism is evolving. United Nations claims that terrorism is a United Nations formula definition that terrorism is using violence to reach political or economical aims in international relations. In my opinion, the definition is a little bit outdated, old-fashioned, because a range of terrorist aims has been increased by religious, social, and ethnical goals. Furthermore, area of terrorist actions has been also changed. We can nowadays we can see a lot of a lot of terrorist attacks caused by people having nationality of country where they commit that act of terror. Present terrorism is totally different from terrorists in 60s, 70s, and early 80s. In that time, we had a pyramidal shape scheme, where on top of whole organization was leader, and because of catching minor chieftains or minor leaders, which were below leader, of course, in the whole structure, anti-terrorist organization were able to cut even the mastermind of whole organization. Today we don't have any hierarchy scheme, so catching mastermind is catching masterminds is really difficult and very hard. Mm, what's more, others are sent from one troop or minor chieftain to another without communicating with leader as well, or mastermind of whole structure. We can also we can also see differences in goals of terrorist groups. In 70s and early 80s, Rote Arme Fraktion, which is a left-wing terrorist organization, which was planting bombs to blow up important buildings, and it was also kidnapping political VIPs for ransom. Activity and range of those organizations in 70s and 80s, early 80s, was narrow and limited, as well as number of casualties caused by their actions. Nowadays, terrorists, mostly from Muslim countries, have a tendency to not discriminate their aims. Sorry. Because of that, innocent civilians and people not involved in whole country conflict are dying. I have many examples of that. First is September 11, 2001, when 11 civilians um, in New York City. Uh, of course, I'm talking about World Trade Center, and 2,752 casualties. I have figures on paper sheet, so don't worry that I'm looking someone else, because I must support myself. Another in March, in March 11, 2004, it was a Madrid bomb attack in train with 192 casualties, and another in July 7, 2005, in London. 3 bombs explode in underground, one exploded in bus, which made 52 casualties. And the newest one in Moscow, it happened March 29, 2010, in Moscow underground, where suicide bomb killer killed 30 people, and so on to the end of a long list of acts of terrorism. It's almost an endless activity. But what exactly happened? We can ask ourselves what exactly happened 3 days ago at Moscow airport, Domodedovo, which is one of main and biggest airports in Russia. It's 22 to 3 Moscow time, a place for visitor and luggage claim. Man is detonating bomb, which was hidden in his case or underneath his clothes. I don't know. Power of the charge was that he used was equal to detonating 7 kilograms of throttle. Furthermore, a bomb that he brought to airport contained nails and sharp things to cause bigger damage. Russian authorities still don't know the personality of that guy, of suicide bomb blaster, if we can call him so. It was a rumor that he can be from Chechnya, but Russia Prime Minister Vladimir Putin firmly denied that rumor, and added that people from former Russian Republic, which is Chechnya, were not involved in that attack. We can trust him or not. We know that for sure that 55 people died, and over 130 are still suffering from wounds caused by bomb blast. Doctors responsible for wounded people said that many of them will not survive because of lethal damage caused by the shrapnel. President Medvedev cancelled his visit to Davos, economical gathering of developed countries, and condoled to families of dead civilians. He also, which is understandable, announced that control at airports will be upgraded, as well as body search and whole security infrastructure. As always, leaders and agencies start doing their job after huge accidents, usual with casualties. And there is another question: if airports run the highest security facilities, will people flow and traveling by plane still be the same, or maybe will be prolonged or uncomfortable for them? So we must choose between higher security and uncomfortable, or lesser security and better people flow. It's a tough question that services and governments must answer as fast as they can, facing nowadays situation. Terrorist is and will be great danger for every country. in 21st century, especially for Russia, which lost its ability to control former its former republics using force and special orders. Uh, and those republics has different culture, different nationalities and tradition than whole Russia. And for it will be also a great danger terrorist it is for United States, which are a main enemy of separatists from Middle East and also other parts of the world, like Al Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas, and so on and so on. Summing up, present dynamic of world is not only international relation uh, of well-off countries and governmental organization or non-governmental organization. It's also area of chaos, activity of chaos and fear caused by terrorists and their believers. It's all my opinion. I think that's all. So I count on good commentaries and pretty good grade for that. Thank you and good night, goodbye.